Welcome back in, everyone, to day 3 of the 2024 Cranbrook Tennis Classic. Joining me once again in our booth, our next man through to round number 2, the first man with 3 singles victories on the week here. It's Ryan Seggerman. Ryan, first of all, congratulations to you on the straight set victory. Talk me through what was working well for you out there today.
It was a good serving day. I think that helped. I actually think I could have served a little better, just in that I think my first serve percentage might not have been that good in the second, but I landed a lot of good ones when I needed to, and that was key because off the ground he's a better player than me, so I just try to play to my strengths as much as I can.
Yeah, and you've always been an aggressive player, but to harp on something we talked about a little bit yesterday, obviously all the doubles success that you've had, I do feel like you're a little bit more aggressive early in rallies now. Not that you weren't doing that at Princeton or UNC, but just the spot serving and the serve and volley, the +1 tennis, has that been something you've incorporated more over the past year?
I think so. I think going to Princeton and getting indoor tennis exposure kind of forced me to lean more into that side, but growing up, I mean, I don't like indoors by nature.
Yeah.
I like to sit back, I like to slice. I actually like playing some defense. I wasn't tall when I was young, so I think I developed some habits that actually are counterintuitive to what a big man should do. But on my serve, I'm getting better at it, and return games probably could take more cuts, but like I said, it's a work in progress.
No, so far so good. And for someone who plays the slice quite frequently, how does one go about practicing the forehand slice? Like, is it something you say, Coach, we have to work on this today because you know I'm going to do it? Is it just instinctual at this point? Where does that come from?
I think I would just say it's old reliable. The practice just comes from like big moments. It just ends up coming out. It's not intentional, but it's what I trust most. So maybe some ping pong or something. I developed some feel and reliability with it, and so it's a go-to. On a big point, you could probably expect to see it.
No, you knife it like it's the 1970s. I think that's what everyone likes to see. And you know, on a week like this, you haven't even started the doubles yet, but when you're balancing singles as well, have you found the proper balance in managing those two things? What's it like playing in the doubles competition when you're still like alive in singles?
I think it actually is great. We've had some of our best weeks in doubles when I'm having good runs in singles. I just think sometimes doubles you don't get the chance to hit that many balls, you know? You feel like you come off the court, win or lose, and you just hit serves, returns, and a couple of volleys, and maybe didn't even make that many returns sometimes. So the singles I think actually gives me a good groove. Hopefully, the dual success continues this week because I feel like I'm building a good rhythm, getting better off the ground with each match. But yeah, it's good reps for me and stuff. I've been telling Pat, I think in the warm-up we might just need to play a set. Like honestly, like it's just hit more balls that way. Warm up, like a doubles warm up. Sometimes I'm not ready to go.
Yeah, I love to hear. Well, again, it's about knowing yourself. That's really what matters most. And it's been a full year now of pro tennis from you. As you reflect upon that, what is one piece of advice you might give to someone who's leaving college now or just going off on the pros? What is something you learned in year number 1 that you wish you knew at this time last season?
I think just back yourself above all else. I mean, I didn't always have the confidence that I could play at this level. I still kind of find it day in and day out sometimes, especially on the singles court. It's not always there. And so yeah, going into a week like this, like I would have never pegged myself to be in the second round a year ago, but over the course of the year I've proved some things to myself, and that belief has grown. And I think just between the coaches I've had, or just some people, like I said, who encouraged me to kind of believe more in myself. There's actually one guy I was hitting with Rinky last year at UNC, one of the first weeks there, and he was like asking, like, are you gonna play after school? And I was like, yeah, I don't know. And he was like, I was serving great that day, and he was like, you got to give it a shot. And I was like, honestly, like if a guy like this is telling me to give it a shot, like that's a pretty credible source. So stuff like that, just back yourself and give it a shot. I think if you're thinking maybe go pro, maybe not, probably a better chance of regretting it if you don't.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I always say, if you don't believe in yourself, no one will.
Yeah.
And so certainly we saw that belief on display. And yeah, you were raining down some serves on your opponent today. It was fun to watch. Ryan Seggerman, congratulations to round number 2.
See you tomorrow.